I.S.U.P.K.
We want no cowards in our camp, holy men, prepare to die. Woo! We want no cowards in our camp, never let their brothers die. Woo! We want no cowards in our camp, holy men, prepare to die. Woo!
But in their Constitution, they said every man is created equal. How many of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians feel equal to our oppressor, these Edomites? Now, even if I were to just say our oppressor, these Edomites, I'm pretty sure it starts to click on who I'm talking about without having to say who I'm talking about, because that offends their sensitive, delicate nature. And now there's going to be some social justice warrior that's going to fight against us, against their oppressor, who is our oppressor, because they get an extra some odd dollars on the EBT card. Or they get to apply for some other benefits because they kept the peace. Or because they get hired by some job because they kept the peace. Because they didn't want to wear some glorious Hebrew Academy jacket that they earned through blood and war, putting themselves in that fire, because they don't want to wear some garments that separate themselves from everybody else that's trying to kiss ass of our oppressor. But that nation has not desired who is better than everybody else, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, being better than everybody else on the face of the earth. Even though we are not desired by anybody else on the face of the earth, even our own people.
That's right.
You're still the salt of the earth.
Right.
So now, we're talking about an oppressor who built a city on blood and iniquity. And what's going to happen to their children? We got to put them to slaughter. The Lord got to put them to slaughter because of the iniquity of their fathers. Now, I know you got a best friend out there, in college or in middle school, grade school, high school, vocational, somebody you just get high with, somebody you do drugs with, somebody you get drunk with, somebody you might go slip a roofie and a sister drink with. The Lord is going to prepare slaughter for the children, for the iniquity of their father. So now just because your best buddy is an Edomite, wait.
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished.
Though hand join in hand. Although you're getting high with them, everything seems good. Although they let you in between their legs. Although their father lets you sit at the dinner table and entertains you for a night, knowing good and damn well that you are not going to mesh. Knowing that that's never going to be a possibility. He's never going to let you mix with his daughter. They're never going to let our sisters mix with their sons. No sweat. We don't belong there anyway. We belong with each other. We belong with the lost 12 tribes of Israel. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
That nation that's not desired, who by the Most High is better and put above everybody on the face of the earth. Tell us one aspect of entertainment, sports, industry that we do not excel in. Now, you can show me everything that we are not propagated in. You can show me that. But you cannot tell me that we are not better than these devils, than these Edomites, and their CEOs, and their brainchild, and every invention and thought process they stole from us. You cannot tell me that we are not the, how would I say this? The bloodline ruling class inherent people. We are the best of the best. We are the salt of the earth. All the music, all the food, all the dancing, the strongest and bravest men, the smartest minds, the most beautiful and courageous women, the most smart-ass children. So, I mean, hey, let's give it to them. They know how to play their position too. But you cannot tell us that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians ain't the best people on the face of the earth. You can't tell us that when we put our minds to anything that we don't excel over everybody else. And with the disadvantages that we've had in comparison to the advantages that our oppressors and their subsidiaries have had over us. Right. On paper. You give us some textbooks that they took out of our schools. You give us them computer labs that they took out of our businesses and out of our homes. You put us to work in them fields, in them industries. We were the first Nobel Prize winners, man. We were the first inventors all across the world. Right. And they took advantage of the fact that we fell away from our culture and our knowledge and our covenant with our power. They took advantage of the fact that the Lord did not stand with us when we sinned against Him. It's like if you got a precept for that mouth, I can't put them right now. How when we fell away from our knowledge and they took advantage of it. But instead, we are sitting and trying to hold hand in hand with these oppressors, with these devils. Go, I'll take it. Instead, we hold hand in hand because it's easier to get high. It's easier to do drugs. It's easier to kiss our oppressors behind versus stand up and feed each other our businesses. You cannot tell me that we do not have enough talent in the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian communities to build something for each other.
Right.
You can't tell me that we ain't got the creativeness, the intellect, the innovation, and the drive after hundreds of years of oppression to keep on moving forward, because we still do it. We still do it to this day. We get stomped out. And when we fight against each other, they ain't got no problem when we fight amongst each other. They ain't got no problem with that. They'll put a cap on that. No sweat. They'll keep us contained and confined in those neighborhoods to just only murder and beef with each other. But you know good and damn well that they would put that blockade up if we were to move into a different neighborhood with that atmosphere.
Right.
But so long as we keep it black on black crime, brown on brown crime, red on red crime, they ain't got no problem with that. That nation that's not desired, that the Lord said was a special and holy people unto Himself above all people on the face of the earth. That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe in the Bible because we think it was written by our oppressor. But our oppressor would not have put his demise and his future destruction in these texts either. It's at least worth the conversation to come get a flyer. It's at least worth the conversation to come sit down and talk about it. You got a problem with it, let's talk about it. Let's bring these truths out.
Right.
Because they won't continue to lie to you because you'll continue to get high.
Right.
And you'll continue to fall for that lie because you'll continue to get high. Because you'd rather have that dream. You'd rather have that delusion versus facing the pressure and responsibility of reality, when it means to separate ourselves spiritually from our oppressor and all these other devils that want to take advantage of us and pick at the bones and scraps of our society. of all communities, when they have only ever benefited off of our ingenuity. And even more so, they profit off of us murdering each other. Right. Has that ever clicked for anybody? How much richer America gets when we murder each other left and right? Anybody ever notice the correlation in between the wealth and poverty between you go from Halloween to Valentine's Day? How much money we spend in their economy just to get kicked out of our own home, just to have to work double, triple, and quadruple overtime for some money that we just give back to these devils that just come to our stores and murder us and take advantage of us. But it's okay because we keep on getting high. Because we keep on taking those drugs. We keep on selling drugs to one another. Weed, heroin, cocaine, crack, fentanyl, speed, methamphetamines. But do you ever make that connection? No, they prosper while we destroy ourselves. And the only people that we hurt as a result is each other. We're the only people that get hurt by our actions. And they're the only people that benefit off of our destruction.
That's right.
Don't like anyone notice this by now? And that's the same tale in the ghetto, in the barrio, and on the reservations. It's the same fluctuation between poverty and rich, between the consumer and the provider. They benefit off of us committing homicides and suicides, infanticides. That abortion clinic would not be possible if it wasn't for their propaganda to turn us against our own family. It would not be possible. They could not survive without us murdering each other. The police stations, the food pantries, everything that they use against us would not be possible if we did not kill and fight each other. Everybody wants to talk about unity, but what are we doing about unity? Everybody wants to keep that same philosophy without compromise. So that's going to make you fight everybody else who holds a line, who keeps a line right here. Select it, sir. Got it.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
God damn. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Like it. That same people that are a nation that's not desired by everybody else. That same people that is branded a holy people unto himself, a special people above all the nations upon the face of the earth.
Right.
Read that from the top.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
That people that was pronounced holy and special above all people on the face of the earth, we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Now, you have another group of people that want to tell you your knowledge is ancient Kemet, ancient Sumerian, ancient Egypt, and ancient this, that, and the third, some ancient rock or some ancient cross that can't speak, lead, or protect you, but it will deceive you. That is one power that it does have. That cross, that wooden cross, that dumb stone in Kaaba, that dumb stone in Mecca, that wooden cross in your Christian and Catholic churches, it has the power to deceive you, though. Because look who propagated that. It wasn't us. Even though we are the biggest consumers of it, we are the biggest consumers of Islam and Christianity, But we were taught and we were established as a nation not desired. Because why?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Because we rejected the knowledge. If only want to wonder why we are on the bottom of every totem pole in society. Because we rejected our power that would put us up above all these nations and to establish our heritage as that nation that's not desired, but that was chosen as a special people, a holy nation above all people on the face of the earth. That means you so-called Negroes, you are not Africans. You are not Nigerians. Right. You are not Ethiopians.
That's right.
You are not Somalians.
Right.
You are from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
You might look like an Ethiopian, but you are from the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
You are from the tribe of Levi.
Right.
You are an Israelite.
That's right.
You might look like a Spaniard, but you are from the tribe of Ephraim.
That's
You
right.
are so-called Puerto Rican.
Right.
You are so-called Salvadorian.
That's right.
You are so-called Mexican. You might look like these oppressors, but you are Guatemalan. You are from Chile. You are so-called Colombian. You are so-called Cuban. You might look like them SKYPE Ammonites and Moabites, but you are North Native American Indian. You are from the tribe of Gad.
Right.
You are from the tribe of the Menominee Nation, the Sioux, the Iroquois, the Creek from Simeon. You are from the nation of Israel. Let's let these devils keep on killing themselves. They have their own destruction coming to them. But are they hand joined in hand? And you want to take some kind of pity, and you want to take some kind of relativity because they might have grown up across the street from you. Eminem is not your brother. Slim Shady is not your people.
Right.
Vanilla Ice was not your man's.
Right.
Informer, that ain't your man. Even though he spoke like a Jamaican with that accent. He was from Canada.
He's from Canada.
So like, that devil was from Canada. that devil was from Canada. Rocking some RPG with a Jamaican accent. That Edomite, that devil was from Canada, trying to perpetrate our brother's heritage and culture because we the salt of the earth, man.
Right.
If you so-called black, Hispanic, Native, Indian, man, woman, and child on this planet, you need to come back to your heritage, to your culture. And it's worth the conversation, even though everybody's going to stand against it. To at least go to I.S.U.P.K.com. I.S.U.P.K.com. Find
right.
the nearest city, the nearest school near you.
Before I croak, now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good ship. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the